24 hours, 7 days a week, 24/7, MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County School Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter, or like us on Facebook, MCS TV, and of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube.
Welcome to the Coach Summer Simmons Show.
MCS TV and Madison County School Sports.com present your look at local school sports. Oh, there you go. You got time. Go right. Goes up and under. Nice throw.
Welcome back to the Coach Summer Simmons Show. I'm Samantha Burford. We're here at the studios of Jack Burford Chevrolet. They've had a big day here today. Devin Booker was here, so we're lucky that we could even get in the parking lot today.
Yeah, I heard it was a big deal. I'm sure it's crazy.
Lots of screaming girls, I believe. Lots of fans. If it's a UK player, there's always lots of fans. But we want to say, keeping with the basketball theme, a big congratulations. You guys have had a great season.
Thank you. We did.
Madison Southern girls.
Yes, we did. I was very proud of the girls. This group's been working towards that for years. A lot of the girls in the past have helped build our program, and we just made it happen this year. So
yeah,
it was really special.
Well, and you guys made history. So tell everybody how you did it. I mean, we don't want to upset the boys or anything, but or butchery or just you can rub it in a little.
Yeah, I need to.
He would.
He would. He messes with me a lot. Our boys program is always competitive, so and they've worked hard this year, and but our girls, they have put in the hard work over the summer, and we had a 21-8 season, which was the best in the girls program's history.
Right.
We won district, which we've been shooting for since I've become the coach, and then we won our first region game, and it was our first school's region win. So
for boys and girls basketball,
that was big.
It was big.
It was big, and it's not for lack of trying for both programs.
Right.
But so it was really special this year. It was we thought we really had it at halftime. It was like a 15-point lead.
Big lead.
Yeah, we were feeling really good, but you go in the locker room and you're like, it's not over.
Right.
We've made comebacks before, and they're capable of it. And they had beaten us, Lexington Catholic, is who I'm talking about, and they had beaten us in the middle of the year. It was a close game. We were up again. We were up on them probably 12 at the beginning of the second quarter. So we were up on them big, and then they came back to beat us. So we knew that they were capable of it. They have really good players and well coached, and so they came back.
Yeah, what did they do different compared to the first
They
time?
went to their go-to players. We had, you get on your heels when that go-to player makes a few shots, and they have a really good point guard. You just have a hard time stopping. She drives in and kicks it out. They've got a girl hitting threes. I mean, it can change quickly.
It did.
And it did.
And then it seemed like everything you threw up, it just wasn't going in.
Yeah. Until the very end. It was,
we started playing good defense.
They have to. So, I mean, it's over if they don't win. And towards the end, Kristen Hayes, number 22, she just does what she needs to do. She takes the ball in strong and gets fouled and makes her free throws. So we really needed that, and we've got good defense coming from some of the other seniors, and it was a special game, and really proud of them for it.
Yeah, it's been a special year. Did you feel it? Did you feel it all season and say this is a special team?
Yes, I honestly feel like no matter what our record is, I've got special girls, so that makes it feel special every year, and you want it so bad for them. But yes, I knew that this year was going to be a good year. We had lots of veteran players. knew their role
Yeah.
and filled those really well this year. So
Yeah.
it was just, came together. It came together. And
Yeah.
last year was a good season too. We just,
Just a little
drew
short.
that Franklin County team early
Yeah.
on last year. So
Yeah.
played them again this year and just turned the ball over too much in that game. And we knew that they would capitalize on
Yeah.
it. So that's where it ended. But
Well, basketball season's been over for a while now. It's
Mm-hmm.
April. For me, I had to go back and look at some of the notes. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't remember everything, as far as the beginning of the season and going into the Christmas break. And
Mm-hmm.
all right, Coach, you mentioned about your veterans. Those are really important this season. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you've got one girl that, you just mentioned that's
Mm-hmm.
been with you since middle school.
yeah. Kristen Hayes has been with me since 7th grade. She started a few games her 7th grade year due to some illness. And she was scoring 10, 12 points at that time,
Yeah.
and that's pretty special. So some of the other ones have played since 8th grade, and they've got minutes because we had such a, there weren't many girls on the team to begin with. So
Right.
they've got minutes since then. And so it feels like they've been with us forever.
Yes.
And they're just a really special group of girls, very determined, had roles to fill and they knew what they were. And just a special group of girls. I've never had 1 ounce of trouble out of any of them.
Right.
Good supportive, families and friends, and then they were just, instrumental to our success.
Yeah.
So,
These girls seem like they never gave up either.
no.
I mean, it was like, it was watching, as a fan, just watching a very unique team.
Mm-hmm.
They were fun to watch, and
Yeah.
a lot of people said that. This
Yeah.
group of girls, because, not everybody loves girls basketball. Not everybody. You know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's hard to get the seats in the stands.
Yeah.
But this team, you guys had some fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really fun. During districts and regionals, like I said, these girls are really good girls, and they have lots of friends at the high school, and they were like, we're going to come out and support you. And of course, districts and region
Yeah.
brings out a different little feel
Yeah.
for our student body. So they came out and supported us, and there was times when our game due to the snow, it kept getting pushed back. That region game just kept getting pushed back.
Yeah. That's hard.
And, these kids would tweet, like, is it happening tonight, Coach? And I'm like, no, we've got to push it back. And they're like, and then I would see their tweets saying, this is the theme tonight. No matter what happens, we're coming out. So, I mean, and those girls, I mean, they've been wanting that for years. Why aren't people in the stands? We're competitive. We're good, But that was really special, and it made our team,
Yeah.
it fired us up. So
Right.
it was really awesome.
Do you have any of them that are going on to try to play collegiately at all?
Kristen Hayes has been recruited pretty heavily with some schools around here.
Okay.
She's been looked at and offered by Union, Georgetown, Transy, some out-of-state schools like Shawnee State. Alice Lloyd has been after her. She's kind of held on to not making the decision just yet. So we'll see where that goes. I'm sure
Right.
she'll be making that decision in the next few
Pretty
weeks.
soon. Yeah,
So,
weighing out all of our options.
yeah. And she
That's
got to play
nice.
in the Kentucky-Ohio All-Star game
Yes.
a couple weekends ago, so that was huge. And we laugh about this. Kristen is a scorer, and not so much a defensive player. She
Right.
struggled with that throughout the years. But you've got some of these big name players throughout Kentucky, like Macy Morris from Bell County and Morgan Rich from Allen County Scottsville. So they're going to UK, and so they're getting the ball,
Yeah.
and they're taking the shots. And the coach got to decide at the end of the game who he was gonna play. And we were down to Ohio, and so, but he kept putting Kristen in on defense.
Okay.
And so,
and she's not used to that.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm there, and her family are there, and they kind of know the score, and so they're like, we're looking at each other like, she's in on defense, and so that was really special because she stepped up in that aspect. So,
Yeah.
and her
But you
teammates,
shouldn't be surprised, right?
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not. She's got
she'll
it within
step up
her.
and do whatever that coach needs
She's
her to
got
do.
it within her for sure.
Yeah.
Some of her teammates, Kelly Freeman and Rachel, they're and Callie and Sam, they like defense, and they're going to play hard on defense, and so they've always kind of poked at Kristen about that, and so
But she doesn't.
Yeah, because Kelly Freeman's our defensive specialist,
Right.
undersized, but she gets it done, and
Yeah.
she almost averaged 2 charges a game. Taking 2
Yeah.
charges a game is huge.
Yes.
So they're poking fun at her, but it was really awesome
Yeah.
for her to get that experience.
Well, and you guys aren't the tallest group of girls either this year.
But we have more height than we've had in the past.
Yes.
It's
because watching some of the games, I mean, it was a difference, a big size matchup against some of the teams, especially some of the Lexington teams, I think.
Oh, yeah. We played Lafayette early on in the year in the Berea tournament. We were up at the very end of the game by 1, and then a girl comes in off the bench and hits a 3 in the corner with 11 seconds to go. So we were very undersized against them, and but we have more length than we've ever had. We've got Marley Lawson; she's 6 foot, sophomore. We got a transfer in from Pikeville, Hannah Keene, and she's almost 6 foot and strong. And Brianna Lanham, she still blows my mind how she gets the numbers she gets. Averaging 16 points a game and almost 12 rebounds a game, and has been.
Yeah.
This isn't anything new.
No, it's consistent.
But she just does the work, and although she's undersized, she just She gets in there, roots people out of the way, and grabs those rebounds. So we had more length this year. I think we had a well-rounded team as far as roles go.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, we had
being
true
just a
post
fan
players
and watching,
finally, and some shooters and some slashers, and with a point guard that could score, it helped us out.
Now, going back to any of your regular season games, is there any that just stand out that you want to mention, or?
They all have their special moments, and they were all learning experiences. I really liked that Lafayette game early on in the year because they were one of the favorites in the region, and I wanted to see where we stood early on when it mattered. But we weren't gonna be done if we lost or won. So,
but it's important that you play them, especially during the regular season, because it's coming up.
Yeah, and proving that we could play with one of the best teams in our region early on, when we should be getting better throughout the season, was big for us. And we played a tougher schedule this year. We added Scott County, we added Clark County, which had been to the state the year before, added Lincoln County, who's always really good, and got to play Lafayette in that tournament. So we beat Scott County, which was good. Was a booster for us too. So though getting our schedule to where it needed to be helped us out in the end. So
do you think this upcoming season? What are your thoughts on that? As far as, do you think you like the incoming freshmen coming in? Do you? Because when you lose 6 seniors, that's a lot.
It takes a toll, and especially ones that had played so many minutes for so long.
Right.
I feel really good about the pieces we have in place. We still have our post players. All of them are still there. Brianna is going to be able to, probably move out on the floor a little bit this year. And then we've got a sophomore, Ashlyn Clark, who is very talented. Hopefully, I've told her already, I said, either you're going to love me or you're going to hate me, because a lot of this is going to fall on your shoulders if you step up to that. Because she's a true point guard. It's hard to step into a true. We've got lots of good guards that are maybe a little older than her, but stepping into a true point guard position, that's probably going to fall on her.
Okay.
So, and we've got lots of sophomores. We've got like 9 sophomores.
Oh, wow.
So, and, and they're all competitive. They all work hard, and, they're all pretty even. Some they have different roles, obviously.
Right.
But, so I feel like if they step up, which I think they will, having a successful season, 2 seasons in a row, really kind of gave them the fire and the inspiration to
to see where they can go.
Yeah, and we're already in the gym, playing pickup games.
Oh, good. Okay, that's my next
out,
question. What are you doing now? Yeah, so
2 days a week we do open gyms for 2 hours, and then on 2 days a week we are working out. So whatever we can get in, weight room, track. And, I've got a good group of girls coming, a good solid group of, 8 or 9 coming. And it's voluntary,
Right. So as of right now, you can't require them to come in. It's not season.
Right. So, it's really promising to see those girls take that initiative.
Yeah, they want to be there.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And then, I guess as far as the JV team, you'll move some into that. Have you get most of your players from Foley, I would assume, right?
All of them are from Foley and Ferristown. Yeah,
okay.
And we had a freshman group this year, freshman team made up of purely middle schoolers and 1 freshman. So some of them will be stepping up into the JV role, and they were really young this year. 6th and 7th graders, but you know they'll be a year older and a year and
more
hopefully bigger.
Yeah, yeah, because you know you got to think about it. I mean, middle school, they're still going through puberty, and
they're small.
hopefully
Yeah,
getting
some of them
taller,
are really small. So and hopefully they'll be a little stronger this year, and more experience will help.
Yeah.
So.
Do you think, as far as your schedule for next year, will you keep it the same? Will you keep playing those teams? And
it's the same. We have 2-year contracts, so
you do.
I mean,
okay.
We'll be playing Scott
make
County
you nervous?
and Clark County. No,
because you won't have those seniors, those 6 seniors.
No, it doesn't make me nervous. I mean, I know they will be tough,
yeah.
but you have to do that. I mean, we can't go into the district tournament and the region tournament
unprepared.
Unprepared, and and in the season, of course, you want your season to go well and you want a good record, and but
sometimes it's not always.
You're
about
working towards that postseason,
right? So. Well, and that's good that you're teaching them that, because so many of them just want to win the district, But you got to get them past the district into region, and even the goal of getting to state.
Yeah,
because some of them, that's an opportunity that, hey.
Yes.
They've seen it now. It can be done. We can go to region and we can win a game.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe 2 or 3 games, 4 games, win the region.
2 games away from, being at the state tournament. And, we played both of those teams very close. So, I mean, shots go different ways, and we could have been there. And, the goal is that first district game is what you want to get to, and you want to win that one. But you never want it to end there, and winning districts is always awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you want to go as far as you want to go.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, will you guys be doing camps this summer and any clinics and?
We always play some summer games. I think this year we'll go back to Lexington Catholic. They have 3 days of games there, and you get pretty good, competition there. And then we'll go to Transy. We've had lots of good. We have a good experience at Transy. Some of the teams that we will see during the season go there, but then some we don't play are there. So you get both, and we'll do some summer practices before that. And then in July, we'll do some individual stuff. So we're working on, just coming in for an hour, a couple times a week.
Did that. Okay.
Coming in for a couple,
individually.
And working on individual games, maybe divide post and guard up and work on that.
You bring your whole staff in and.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I'm not doing it all by myself.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit.
Yeah. So that's what we're
going to do. You got your own family, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have some time.
It's basketball's year round, and that's what it takes. And
most people don't see that.
Yeah.
Most people just see, the beginning of the season to the end.
When I tell people that we're back in the gym, they're like, why?
Yeah.
What are you doing? I mean,
you can't have them getting out of shape,
It is easier on your body and yourself if these girls stay in some kind of shape.
And I'm guessing a lot of them probably do they're so athletic. They're probably in track or girls softball.
I have several in softball right now and several in track.
Yeah.
Some are playing, some play soccer for travel leagues. And
yes.
So, as long as they're working on something that improves themselves, then I'm good with it. But, we've just got to put in the time, and it takes a kind of an all year kind of situation, and I try not to burn them out.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you want to be, it's not magic when you step on the floor. It's not just going to happen. You have to build it.
Yeah.
So that's what we've been working on.
Yeah, you got to be a Kobe Bryant or a Michael Jordan to be able to make that kind of magic.
That's right. So
it just doesn't happen to the average player, I should say, because they want it to happen.
Yeah.
But the hard work has to be put in.
Yeah, and hopefully that carries on through life. I've had a couple of my seniors text me back, and they've accomplished some things, whether physically or in school and college, that they've said appreciate all the pushing that you did. At the time, I hated it, but it's kind of pulled me through some life situations.
Right.
So.
And isn't that when you have parents or players that want to quit, or they're saying this is just too much, but really in the big overall, I'll let you put it into words, but in the big scheme of thing, I think you're really teaching them a life lesson that hard work does pay off.
Yeah, it does. It's like things don't just happen. You have to make them happen with hard work, and sometimes your mind will tell you that this is too tough. I can't handle it. If you just push yourself through that one day of practice,
1 day at a time.
1 day of practice, it'll be better the next day.
Yeah.
Coach does not hate me. Coach just
Well,
wants
they
us
probably
all
do
to be
think that
better.
every once in a while.
I did when
Yeah.
I was,
You did.
I mean, as a player, you feel
think,
like the
oh.
world's coming down on you.
Yeah.
But
Especially if you're having a lot of homework or a test the next day, or
Yeah.
maybe a boyfriend issue, or you know.
it's just, I try to be as positive as I can, but you got to push them through what you think that they can handle. So
and be the role model. I really think you love these girls, and you're a fantastic role model for them.
Thank you, but I mean, I try to be, and I do love these girls. I do have 31. I had 31 this year total, which was big, and I really do care for each of them. I didn't get to spend as much time as I wanted to with freshmen because I had so many. But they mean the world to me, and I'm gonna keep pushing them and do whatever I can for them.
Yeah. Now, have you guys had your banquet? Or
we did.
Okay. How'd that go?
Last weekend.
Okay.
It was good. I held it together until.
Did you cry?
I held it together for the majority of the time.
Yeah.
We didn't get to have a senior night, so we kind of recognized.
Because
due
of the
to
weather.
snow. Yeah.
That's right.
And so I recognized the seniors through the banquet a little more than I would normally. And I got through all of my seniors because I had it written out. Because if I'm going to ad-lib, it's going to get worse. I'm going to get choked up. But we had a manager this year, and we've had her for a couple of years. Her name's Jordan Johnson, and she is a senior this year. And I held it together until she got up there because she just... the sweetest girl ever, does it voluntarily, never have to worry about if she's going to be there. And
she always shows up.
And she's just selfless and gives and gives and gives, and these girls love her, and I lost it then.
I would too, though.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that just shows the compassion. And this girl obviously loves you and the team.
Yeah, she does. And she's helping with the softball. She's helped with the softball for the past couple of years, and she just loves the girls that are around her, and she loves being a part of it, so that's special.
And hard shoes to fill.
Yes.
So have you started looking for someone to...
Well, I mean, she's always welcome, I mean, I don't know what her plans are after high school, if she's going to go on to college or what, but she's always welcome to...
Yeah, if she does go to Eastern or Berea, you can get her to...
Yeah, I'm hoping
Here's the schedule.
Yeah, I'm hoping she'll come back, because she was awesome.
Yeah, I can't imagine, because that is someone that doesn't always get a lot of credit.
Yeah.
But it's always behind the scenes, and like you said, selfless.
Yeah, and she was part of our senior group. We had actually 7 seniors this year, so we tried to recognize her as much as we did the others.
That is fantastic, because so many people wouldn't, they just would take that for granted.
You can't take her for granted.
Right.
She's a firecracker.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
I love it. Well, it's too bad we should have had her here today.
Yeah.
Maybe she could do her own show.
Yeah.
She probably could.
She would send it in to you guys.
Here I am, and it's on YouTube, and here we go.
Yeah.
Do you find, speaking of YouTube, do you have to give the girls any kind of, if you're mad this day, don't go put it out on Twitter. Yeah. Or if you're angry at one of the other players because they missed a shot and you lost the game, don't put it on Twitter. Or...
Yeah, I mean, we have those issues as every team does now. We have a big thing about chemistry, and, you don't have to be best friends with the girls in this locker room, but you are going to respect them, and it's not, you can't blame anyone. It's a team sport. It's not bowling. It's not tennis. It's a team sport.
Right.
Everybody has responsibility. So you can't blame it on anybody else, and we kind of have rules about, you can't talk about other teams. You can't, even if they're, if you see that they're talking trash to you, you can't talk trash back. You can't, you just can't put anything on social media that's going to be detrimental to our team.
Right.
And you're representing yourself, your family, your school, and your team, and you got to think about those things before you put those things out there.
Well, and it's hard, too, because, you guys are the rivals of Madison Central, and they taunt you sometimes. And it's not your players, it's the fans, It's
the school and the student body, and it's hard not to feed into it.
Yeah.
Because both teams want to win.
That's right.
And
they taunt the players, and you just got to teach them, don't reply.
Yeah. And I know some of these girls know each other that play.
They've played together or against each other
on
since they were
basketball
little.
teams or softball or soccer
or little 4-year-old soccer.
Yeah, so it's hard. It's hard. Some of them, it's just hard to separate that when you step on the floor. And girls are a different beast. They, you know, some have the inclination like I'm gonna win no matter what. I don't care who you are. And then some, it's just a little touch and go and don't want to offend anyone or hurt anyone's feelings. So, but I felt like that game this year against Central was a hard-fought game. Could have went either way. I'm glad we won, and I feel like, we deserved it in that game. So
I think they were stunned too. They're used to winning that game.
Well, and I mean,
Madison
they've
Central
always
girls
been
are
a
used
great
to
team.
winning that game.
Yeah, they've always been a great team, and we just had it that night. So they work hard, and we do too. And hopefully it's going to be a great game from here on out.
Because if you think about it, let's go back to the year before. You beat them in regular season, and then they turned around and beat you guys in the, in the, I guess, district.
Yeah, and that was a hard thing where the games were so close together. Scheduling a couple years before, where it's a 2-year contract, kind of pushed it back. Had some other things going on at the schools at the time, and had to keep pushing that date back. So it's really hard to go. I mean, watch the NBA right now. It's going to be hard to beat people, the same team back to back. And so we were pumped up that year to beat them in regular season, and it just didn't happen for us in district.
Right.
This year, snow played a factor in us not being able to play this season. So
that's right.
And
that's right.
And I hate to miss a game because
and it was hard to make up any games.
Yeah, but it was at the end of the season. You can't.
Right. You can't make up that game.
And I hate to miss games. The girls, it's an opportunity for the girls to score more points or do more things for their stats, and just a chance to play. But I kind of like the fact that we got to go and both teams had the opportunity to put it all on the line.
That is true. So that is true. Let's talk about the snow a little bit. I mean, do you think it affected your team at all? I mean, did you get them back? Were they able to get to the gym because of the snow? I mean, there was days we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah. I mean, there were, on the first day of snowfall, we don't want them on the roads. I had several driving because we had so many older players this year.
Right.
But for the most part, these girls are pretty determined, and so when I say the gym is open from 11 to 1, all of them show up magically. So parents bring them or they get themselves there.
You hate to require them to come because you feel like, what if something happens?
Right, you can't. So that's why I say the gym is open. If they all show up, we practice, So if 5 of them are there, we do some individual work and just...
Yeah, it's just who can get there.
Yeah, and so it's just...
That's when you
they
think
really
the parents,
fought through that this year. Yeah, the parents were
saying, yes, go, I'll drive you, or be safe, call me when you get there. Yeah, because we did have our fair share of a lot of snow, a lot of winter weather.
And at the end of the season when it was hard and you needed to be playing to... keep that edge.
Keep the momentum going. Yeah. So, I didn't even think about, like you said, get the stats and the numbers and things like that. And see, that didn't even go through my mind. I was thinking of keeping them in shape and just, because you don't want to train every day. They got to be in there to,
they have to
have a game.
Yeah, it's hard to practice when you've been practicing since, August or, October. And it's just, they want to play. They want to do that. And, tired of beating up on each other.
Yeah.
I don't want to play Brianna Lanham every day. She beats the crap out of people. That's why I'm thankful she plays softball right now because I'm playing in open gyms with the girls.
Oh,
and she wants to guard me, and we've talked about this before, but I know that I'm coming out of there with bruises when she plays because it's
when you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
she gets after it.
She does. So
I wouldn't want to guard her.
Yeah. No, I don't either. I try to guard someone else, but she ends up guarding me. So
she's like, I'm coming after you, coach.
They take it out on me because you remember that time we had to run 8 suicides?
No, I forgot about that day. Yeah.
And so the snow, it was a factor this year, definitely. But it was a factor for everybody. Luckily, I guess not luckily, I don't know, maybe fortunately for a basketball, it was a statewide thing, and it wasn't just that, it was just locally, and everybody went through the same thing. So.
Right, yeah, I did. It pushed those games back, and it was kind of crazy there for a little while, because you never know.
Yeah.
Are we going to get to play tonight? Or is it going to be tomorrow
morning?
It
was really difficult for that
especially at odd times. It was some odd times. They pushed the girls and the guys all together. So those games were really weird. I think you guys did okay with the times.
Yeah.
You weren't playing like at 9 a.m.
Yeah. No, it was okay. It was just the fact that we were supposed to play, then it got canceled, then we were going to play the next day, and it got canceled, and then they tell us, we're going to move it to Monday if it snows, but if it doesn't snow, we're going to move it back back to Saturday. And so it's like, okay,
you didn't know what to tell your team.
Yeah, it's like, we could play tonight or we could play 3 days from now.
Yeah.
So don't know. So
right.
It was tough, but like I said, it was even.
Yeah.
Everybody was going through the same thing.
Yeah.
So.
But thank goodness it was in Madison County.
Yeah.
You didn't have to travel to Frankfurt.
Yeah. And I understand them switching it back and forth.
Yeah.
There are a lot of teams from that with but I'm thankful when it's at EKU.
Yeah. So have you had a big celebration? I mean, I want to throw in there that, you know, my favorite picture is of you with the net around your neck. That's exciting. We need to blow up that picture for you and hang on your mantle.
That was excitement and awkwardness all at once. I didn't know what to do with my hands, so it went up into muscle flexing.
That's all right. That's a fantastic picture.
Well, it turned out all right.
An historic picture.
Yeah.
I mean,
we had a little mishap with the scissors that night.
You did?
The scissors just weren't cutting the net. They were dull or something, and so none of the girls could get it to cut through. So it took way longer than it should have. But it was a special moment. You know, all those girls. It's just like, you know, although we didn't want it to end with just districts, that's something that we all wanted to do, or was cut down some nets, and so got to do that. And it's just, I took a picture of all the girls from my phone. I was right in front of the ladder.
Yes.
And we put that into like a DVD with some other memories and stuff, and it's just special to see all that.
Oh, yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah. That is exciting.
So.
Well, did we miss anything? Do we want to, what else do we need to talk about? I always give the coaches the opportunity to give the last word.
No, I'm just thankful for the opportunity that we get, that I get to coach these girls, and I hope they know that, and I know that you know, they, in the middle of the season, they probably want to strangle me, and
I doubt you're the only one.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a special opportunity, and you know, I get bogged down, and it's a lot of stress, and it's a lot of work, and it takes time away from my family and my coaches, my assistant coaches. But I hope they know that it was worth it, and I chose it, and I love it, and I trade it for anything. And I wish I could name all the girls one by one and tell you how special they are, but they are. So it was just a fun season.
That's fantastic. Well, they should know, and they should be so appreciative, because it's not like you're making millions. You know,
no.
You're not making millions.
I don't know where that's at.
Right?
There weren't 350 people waiting for me today when I got here.
No, when you were here, you weren't signing autographs, were you?
No, was not.
He's not even signed his contract yet. You know, with any kind of NBA team yet. So, you know, Randy, our producer, he's going to get you to sign an autograph. There you go.
I don't know how much it'll be worth, but
you can sell my daughter's Olaf. How about
that's
that?
on the other side of
on the other side of Devin Booker.
Okay,
there you go.
I'll do that.
She would love it, actually, because
Yeah.
I'm telling you, she would think that was fantastic. And I think that is important, and we want to give a shout out, because I mean, we want girls, especially young girls, to come watch and know that girls have an equal opportunity.
It was special this year.
Yeah.
We had a lot of young girls come out with signs and stuff.
Yes.
And
now there's the new lacrosse teams that are coming into Madison County. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I have some girls come out and try out, and you know, that they don't make it, or they come out and play for a while and it's just not for them. But then I see them in other sports, and I'm just I'm a big fan of, you know, if you're not going to do basketball, that's fine. Basketball's not for everybody.
Right.
But I think sports provide something for girls that nothing else can, and so I'm happy when they're involved in something.
I could not agree more. Speaking of, I've got 3 daughters, and I'm always like, you got to do something.
Yeah.
Find something.
Too many life lessons that you would miss if you didn't do.
I think you're right.
So.
And I think it would be wonderful for my daughters to have you as a coach, and I think many parents feel that way.
Thank you very much.
All right. Well, listen, we cannot wait till next season, because I mean,
me too.
Although we were sad to see that season end and to see all those seniors go, but we always look forward to the next season.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think we've got a lot of good pieces in place, and so it'll be exciting.
Well, once again, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll frame that picture for you with the net. It's awesome. If you haven't seen it, you got to check out our Facebook page. It's awesome. It is pretty fantastic. All right. Well, until next season, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you all.
And thanks for watching the Coach Summer Simmons Show.
Hey everyone, my name's Alex, and I want you to watch MadisonCountySchoolSports.com.
A special thank you to our great sponsors: Jack Burford Chevrolet, State Farm Insurance, Jerry Goble, Luxury Pets, Express Roofing, we've got you covered, Faith Created, Assembly of God Church, ScenicCabin.com, Equipment, Sales and Rentals, give Sean a call, Tatum Enterprises, Richmond Tourism, WKYT.com, Time Warner Cable, Madison County Schools, First Gear, Pro Signs, Berea Online.
Hello everyone, I'm Madison County Schools Superintendent Elmer Thomas, and I want to thank you for watching Madison County School Sports Television.
Follow Madison County School Sports Television on Twitter, or like us on Facebook, MCS TV, and of course, watch all of our videos on YouTube.
Make the most of your trip to the Red River Gorge in Kentucky with scenic cabin rentals, or delight in the mountainside beauty of the Daniel Boone National Forest. Whether you are planning a long vacation or just looking for a few days away from it all, check out ScenicCabin.com. Our rental cabins and lodge are located close to the Red River Gorge and Natural Bridge Resort State Park. Family reunions, corporate retreats, weddings, and other large groups are very welcome. Cabins are available for small groups of 2 to 6 or large groups up to 15. All of our cabins are modern with city water, satellite TV, paved roads, full-service kitchens, modern bathrooms and showers, decks, grills, and outdoor fire pits. Many have hot tubs and game rooms or gaming tables like pool or ping pong, foosball, and air hockey. A few have internet. Visit ScenicCabin.com online or check us out on our Facebook page. ScenicCabin.com. Shouldn't you start planning that relaxing mountain getaway now?
The following is in smokeless tobacco: cadmium, formaldehyde, lead, nicotine, nitrosamines, polonium-210, hydrazine, benzopyrene, and uranium-235. Don't be a dip. Don't dip.
According to the Centers for Disease Control, the definition of binge drinking is having 5 drinks over the course of 2 hours. When done excessively, this may eventually lead to memory loss, unwanted pregnancy, and sexually transmitted diseases, cancer, excessive vomiting, alcohol poisoning, and possibly death.
Nathan, can you hear me?
If you don't want to swallow any of this, chances are the next tube you put in your mouth won't be a good time. For more information on binge drinking, please visit the Centers for Disease Control website at www.cdc.gov.